So, plant-based food, I love it. And at least 3 times a week, I force my family to eat it. I don't force them because it's so good these days. They love it. So I'm going to take a walk on the wild side. Wild side? The green side. I have discovered these beautiful flame-grilled tender fillets. Just look at that. They shred beautifully. The texture is absolutely incredible. I know one thing about this is that all the ingredients have been sourced sustainably, and I'm very, very happy to be working with this. And it makes a beautiful sami with lots of wasabi mayo, that kind of thing. But I'm going to do a salad. As you know, I love Moroccan, and I've chosen the Moroccan fillet. This one is the smoky barbecue one, which is lovely, also pulled and popped onto a bun. So here we're going to add a bit of pasta. I've got some quinoa pasta, which is also a wonderful protein dense plant. And to that I'm going to add a lot of wonderful elements like lovely fresh mint, for instance. I'm going to just take that mint, I'm going to give it the Jenny hug, because when you smell it, you know that flavor is releasing straight into that. How about some lovely fresh basil? Take that basil and just give it a good old grind. You want to hear it. Can you hear that? What you hear and what I'm smelling, delicious. So what else can we pop into here? How about a few pomegranates? Once again, antioxidant and fabulous. Some sunflower seeds, toasted. A few little pumpkin seeds. And then of course almonds. Now you can either chop your almond or you can pop them in whole. I quite like coming across a lovely big whole almond. And pistachio nuts. It looks expensive, a little bit goes an absolutely long way. Then I like the fruitiness of the apricots. You could use peaches, you could use pears, you could use any dried fruit that you want to. I just love, and you can cut it bigger and more chunky if you like. Sesame seeds. Now sesame seeds are a little bit like a lady. They're quite unpredictable if you leave them in the heat. Okay, so keep them in a nice cool dark place. I keep mine in the freezer because they become rancid very, very quickly. Radishes. Good for your chest. I love, 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 love. Now what else can I pop into here? I think the dressing is going to say it all. Besides this beautiful, beautiful tender fillet. I mean, I just really want to bring your attention back to this again. Just look at that. It just shreds. It's absolutely incredible. And the texture, well, what can I say about the texture? It just is just absolutely perfect. Okay. So now let's just take this fork. I just want to give this a nice mix. I can hear those nuts. I love the sound of the nuts. The nuts just really give it this beautiful, beautiful sort of chewability. Nice texture there. So now we need a really good dressing that's going to scream Morocco to you. How about a few little black sesame seeds? In for a penny, in for a pound. What can I say? Cinnamon. When I smell cinnamon, cinnamon reminds me of not donkeys, of camels, of belly dancers and all things delicious. So we're going to very definitely use a little bit of cinnamon, and we're going to use some cumin, which is very, 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 very Moroccan. A little bit of ground cinnamon. I mean, this is so easy. You have these beautiful flame grilled tender fillets in your freezer and a bit of pasta on your shelf. You've got a meal before you know it. A little bit of ground coriander or some black pepper. And then I'm going to mix it with a drop of salt. These fillets are beautifully seasoned, so you have to pop it into your mouth just to believe what I'm telling you. You don't want too much salt. You want just enough salt to balance out the sweetness. And for sweetness, you have 2 options. You can either use maple syrup, or you could use honey, or you could use brown sugar. So I can't count. That's 3 options. But I'm going to go for this lovely maple syrup. I'm going to give it a slap and just open it up. And I'm going to pour it out. This is the real deal. It's delicious. It is tapped like rubber from a tree. And if it's not sweet enough, you can just add a little bit of brown sugar to that. Okay, so let's just give this a little bit of a mix. Oh my goodness, that's cinnamon. So this is starting to smell like a Bedouin village. It's smelling fantastic. And somewhere in my pocket, I have things. I carry things with me. Oh, yes, here she is. This is my special little tool. I'm going to just pop that Now you can just look at this. Can you just see that beautiful orange oil coming off? Oranges, the color orange, the flavor orange just screams Morocco to me. Look at that. Love it. I'm expecting friends just now. So if you hear the doorbell ring, my friends are coming to try and taste this. We have a beautiful vegan, festive vegan plant-based dinner tonight. We have a banquet with all the delicious things. Oh, I love that. I want to rub it all over my body. So natural, isn't it? All those lovely oils. Now we're going to take some ginger and a bit of garlic. Now garlic, as much or as little as you want, and just add it to your dressing. You could take this and blitz it in a machine, or you could pound it, with a pestle and mortar, but I just like to stir it and make the dressing about an hour up front so they can really get to know each other, that these ingredients just speak for themselves. Some Dijon mustard will give you that lovely savory flavor. Look at that. Oh, that's looking so nice and creamy. Now she wants some orange juice. So, freshly squeezed, please. Oranges are available. I know they've got food miles on them outside of winter, but it's better than something out of a can. Look at that. That looks glorious. And then, to pull it all together, we need some preserved lemons. You might say preserved lemons aren't very easy to get, but they're very, very easy to make. So I might as well kill two birds with one stone and tell you that for every one lemon, slice it nice and thickly, for every one lemon, 1 tablespoon of salt, and you just layer it up like that. Put some warm water, give it a good old shake like you're making a cocktail, and put it in a dark place and keep it there until it's ready. A couple of weeks. Okay, so we have that, which we're going to chop up. Often you'll see in Moroccan recipes they only use the rind. Well, we're going to use the whole thing, because we want all that gooey, delicious lemon flavor. And another reason why lemons are preserved in Morocco is because they have so many different regions. You have the desert, you have the mountains, and it's hard for people to grow, especially out of season. It gets very cold. So they're preserved in salt. This is starting to smell delicious, look delicious. And now I'm going to just... And if you think I'm not putting oil in, think again, because I'm going to add that afterwards. If I put my oil in now, what's going to happen is it's going to stop all these flavors just falling in love with each other. I'm going to taste this, because if there's not enough salt, I'm going to put it in now. And if it is enough salt, then I will add my oil, because salt doesn't dissolve in oil. Oh, I'm such a happy Jenny. I have oil and I have pomegranate molasses, the last two ingredients. You cannot believe the smokiness. This tastes delicious. Okay, pomegranate molasses into this last little bit of dressing over here. And my oil. And we're good to go. Tell me that's not quick and easy. Yes, Miss Amy, how are you?
I'm into the kitchen because this absolutely looks incredible, and I cannot believe the beautiful texture of the fillet as you were shredding it. It's stunning. And the beautiful fragrance coming out of that bowl.
Smelling
oh, my
good,
word.
girl.
So I came in with a little fork hoping to get a little bite of that delicious pasta salad. What are we calling it?
You can give it a name. I'm giving more of this because now I can see you're going to be a greedy girl and start stealing my villain fillet.
I can't help it. You can tell the hunger from just over there. So I think it looks like a Jenny Supreme Moroccan salad. How divine.
Delicious. Should I fork some for you?
Yes, please.
Do you have it like a little bit or a lot?
Just a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all you're getting.
Oh, boy.
I love it. And some more nuts. And some more of that. I'm such a messy girl because I don't like over-engineered food. I like my food to...
It looks very natural, more organic.
You just tell me it's a messy plate. Is that how they say it?
I'm sorry, I'm still busy salivating over here on that beautiful chicken. That dressing is divine.
Isn't it delicious?
Gorgeous.
It's really, really, really nice. It complements these
the orange
fillets.
Is absolutely amazing. The zest and everything, so fragrant. And lots of nice textures with the nuts and the seeds and the pomegranates.
Just brings it to life. I want a few of these little one of
black
those.
sesame.
This is a meal. This
It
is not a
really is.
salad just as a salad. Salad's not just a bunch of leaves, darling. This is a whole meal to be had and to behold and to love. How about some sunflower?
Yes, absolutely.
There we
Beautiful shapes.
go. There we go.
Lovely.
This is a vegetarian delight. It's a vegan delight.
Yes.
Because this is vegan and vegetarian
believe
from the
this is
green
so
side.
incredible, the green
it's wonderful,
side.
yeah. A lot of work has gone into that to actually produce this wonderful texture. So, get your flame grilled green side fillets.
Love it.
And they're tender and they're delicious. And
Yum, yum,
voila,
yum.
we're done. We're dusted. Finish and clap. There we go.
Hello everyone, I am in the kitchen with the amazing Mishkah, who is a Be Well ambassador and health chef, and Jay from The Kind Kitchen, and today we are going to be whipping up the most incredible, what are they, barbecue, Brussels sprouts, delicious. I mean, we're changing the way people think about Brussels sprouts today, right?
Absolutely. Buffalo wings made with Brussels sprouts.
I love
Yummy
it.
Brussels sprouts.
Great, so how do we start? What is the first step?
Well, Mishka's going to help me with getting sauces going and also trimming the Brussels sprouts. So we've got basically 1 kilogram of Brussels sprouts here. And I'm going to start off with getting the actual batter going. All right, so as we get that batter going, Mishka is going to trim the bigger ones. I think, you know, if you have big ones, Mishka, maybe show them those.
So yeah, you get these
massive
really
Brussels.
big ones, and of course the standard is kind of like a little of a bite size, and we kind of want to go more bite size, keep it easy,
Yeah.
and also get the flavor infused into these. So I'm just going to do a quick little
So you just cut them in half, the
chop
slightly
off,
bigger
exactly.
sizes. Okay.
And if you do have like these icky bits at the back, you can also just chop that off, and then again just half it, as easy as
And obviously making sure it's washed and, you know, ready for consumption.
Right.
In these tough times of COVID, we know we've got to just be careful of these
Extra
kinds of
careful.
things,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to get going here is some Alpro almond milk.
Yes.
I'm going to add, so it's unsweetened, I'm going to add some apple cider vinegar to that, and that's just going to help it curdle a little bit. Just going to give that a stir, and then I'll set it off to the side.
So is that almost to create that kind of like buttermilk?
Yeah, absolutely, a
plant-based
buttermilk.
version?
Absolutely, so as simple as that. Okay, we're going to just set that off to the side for a moment, and then the real magic will begin. So next up, we're going to we've got some all-purpose flour.
Okay.
If you're on a gluten-free diet, you know, there's lots of great gluten-free options, and I'm sure you can even tell the viewers at home, you know, that's something you're passionate about as well. There are ready-made gluten-free mixes that you can get at the likes of Wellness Warehouse, but we're just going for a standard, good old purpose, probably snowflake here. All right.
And the second flour that
The
you're using?
second is cornstarch.
Okay.
All right.
And tell me, Jay, I mean, I feel like with the buffalo wings, we're doing the Brussels sprouts wings, there's a bit of that southern influence. Your
Yeah.
background, your training?
Well, actually, that's a good point. You know, I trained in Austin, Texas, and what an amazing part of America that is. Just fantastic places to eat and get that Southern style cooking or Mexican style cooking as well, but there's that influence, that crossover that happens there.
Definitely.
So I've just added a little bit of non-radiated salt into that mix. How's it going there, Mishka?
Yes.
Brussels sprouts are done. They are looking amazing and ready to rumble whenever you're ready.
Okay, cool. So next up here, we've left that for about a minute. Now I'm going to add that milk into this. When I make a similar thing at the Kind Kitchen, you can also use sparkling water. You don't
Okay.
necessarily have to use milks in that. So if you want to avoid the milks, you can, but there's no reason why you need to avoid the milk. It's really adding more protein to the dish and giving it more of that butter milk kind of flavor that we were
Lovely.
speaking about. All
So
right.
get our fortified vitamin D
Yes,
through your milk,
true.
so
Added
it's
calcium
great.
as well. Can you tell me why Brussels sprouts, of all the veggie options, why are we going for the Brussels sprouts
Yeah,
texture?
the Brussels sprouts don't have a good rep on the taste portfolio, but you know, if you know how to cook them, and we're about to show you now. Besides that, especially because it is the change of season at the moment, Brussels sprouts are really high in vitamin C and vitamin E. They are one of the Brassica family vegetables,
Yes.
which means they are high antioxidants, and that's why I love them. I know this is why it's a great reason to be using them.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I'm all for it.
Guys, I'm just adding some of the Marie Sharp hot sauce to this. Now, just want to mention this brand very quickly, this Marie Sharp brand. So in today's dish, we've used two of her famous sauces. The one is this smoked habanero, and it's got quite a mild, and I love the payoff actually. Not too mild, not too hot, just right.
I love that.
So that's what we're going with there, and that's half a cup.
Okay.
And then the other one we've gone with is the mild. Mishka, would you mind reaching over and just grabbing the one
See,
behind
this is
there?
the nut
one
to
there.
use.
Yes.
And then this is the traditional mild flavor.
Okay.
I like it hot, but you know, you want to start at a point where everyone can enjoy it,
Sure.
and then you can build on, and we'll talk about those.
Oh, those
spicy
really
ones
spicy
later.
ones up front.
So what I've done here, I mean, I'm salivating as I'm saying it, the hot sauce. Okay, so I've just added 2 teaspoons of the mild hot sauce into the milk. All right.
And you're just mixing it just to
Mixing
combine it
that.
properly.
Correct. Getting more flavor basically is why we're using that. Now I'm going to add this to our mixture.
So you almost create a bit of a well and then whisk the
Yeah.
the milk mixture in. Okay.
Absolutely. So this becomes our batter.
Yes.
That we create a dredge here, and from this dredge then we'll place the Brussels sprouts, and then from there we go straight into the panko breadcrumbs, which we haven't even named yet today. I feel like we left them out. Sorry about that, panko.
We're going to get to those babies soon.
I did.
The leaves from the Brussels sprouts, you can imagine that the beautiful batter will kind of stick around them, lovely, keeping that texture and flavor.
Definitely.
So I really think they're going to work very well.
So
You can-
Mishka, do you want to get on to making the sauce?
I was about to say that
yes.
as well.
So let's talk about this
Okay, cool.
fantastic
So
brand.
I'm going to be using Amma's Creamery. It is a vegan butter. It's amazing. So this is actually a cultured cashew nut butter.
Amazing.
Vegan butter.
Yes.
And what makes it amazing is you're still actually getting the added benefits of butter without taking away, you know, the calcium and all the things that you can find.
Does it melt just like a butter would?
We are about to find out. So I'm going here with half a cup of this cashew butter. Oh, and let's just see actually only. You can see how it melts in the pan.
Meanwhile,
it's really starting to melt well.
now from here, this is where the magic starts to happen. Raw, straight in, no need to pre-cook, pre-bake. Gets a little bit messy here. This is fun time in the kitchen with the kids, you know, just having a lot of fun with getting that into the batter and then adding it to your panko.
Wow, look at that.
Right.
Beautiful texture.
I mean, it looks like a chicken leg, right?
It's like a little Scotch egg.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, so would you like to help me?
Can I?
Yeah,
Okay,
please.
my hands are clean.
Okay,
We're ready
can
to
I
go.
quickly grab this?
Right.
So I just put them in, coat them with the sauce, make sure that they got a bit of the batter all over the place, right?
That's it, yeah. And while that's happening, what Mishka is going on there, she's doing a half a block of the butter. She's getting that melted up. And she's going to then add that to a full cup of the hot sauce. And
The hot sauce.
Oh, wow.
the hot sauce that we spoke about earlier.
Can I ask, how hot is your oven that we're putting?
220.
220, okay, so
Yeah.
quite a hot oven.
How's it going on that side, guys?
Yep, we are almost filling this tray up.
Amazing.
How's it going on the sauce there,
My
Mishka?
butter is all melted, so that means I am ready to go on to the next step.
Okay, so next step would be...
Next step is 1 cup of this hot sauce that's going into that half a cup of vegan butter.
And talk to me about that garlic.
Ooh,
Man,
this recipe calls for
8
8
cloves.
cloves. This is my kind of recipe.
Vampire Slayer.
Definitely my kind of recipe. Another way to really health hack is to just add more garlic.
Definitely.
You know, get the garlic in, especially when you cook garlic, it really just mutes that intensity quite a lot. And then you're just left with the flavor and the health benefits of it.
Okay, and the recipe we're working with there, it's going straight in raw. We're not sauteing it.
Okay,
Is
wow.
that correct?
Yes, so this is 8 cloves of raw garlic, and obviously the butter is a little bit warm, so I guess that's where,
Just
you know,
gently
even
cooks it.
Sauteing it very
exactly.
gently there, yeah.
Just light.
Okay.
I've actually put the stove off. I've just heated the pan so that the butter can melt. And you can see the butter's doing really good.
Yes, absolutely.
And then what else is going to be added to this? We have over here 1 teaspoon of soy sauce. That's just for a little bit of that umami flavor to come through.
Right.
There you go. And the last one.
I think
Because this is vegan, we are going to
at
go
least
with
1,
either
2,
maple
3,
syrup
4,
or
5.
agave.
At
It's
least
up to
5.
you. And over here we have 1 tablespoon.
Love it.
Okay, so
So your hands are dirty. Do you want me to stick these in the oven?
put it in
Salam?
the oven.
Thank you.
So the oven is 220 degrees.
220 degrees.
How long am I putting these in for, Jay?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
220.
Okay, cool. Let's get them in. All right, those are in.
All right, and voila, smoke and mirrors. We have stuff ready for a knorr stir fry using tofu.
Yes, amazing.
Yum.
And we're actually using a tofu today that's from Food Lovers Market. It's a Cape Town product, and I'm just going to be cutting that into some blocks. We've already prepped some of that here. And Jay, maybe you can tell us a bit more about the use of tofu in vegan cooking, and Mishkah, maybe the health benefits afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, from my point of view with cooking it, stir fry is great. We make an amazing egg sandwich using tofu, and we make a gooey egg yolk to go with that replicates egg yolk. So it's really a good replacement for like an omelette or eggs, those kind of things.
We have a beautiful product today that's also already got some spices on it, some lovely veggie flavors, which actually corresponds so well with the beautiful veggies that we're going to put in the stir fry here.
Yeah.
So maybe
So
talk
Amy,
us
you
through...
done with those? You're
Yes,
done chopping those,
I've
eh?
got them ready for you.
Okay, awesome.
I mean,
So-
I don't know if they square enough perfectly for the OCD levels here, but
It's hip. It's hip.
Okay, so we're
All
going
right.
to just fry them up with some of the BeWell canola oil. Again, another health benefit. Also, we mentioned heart health, this one again, because it contains like a balance of that omega-3, omega-6, again, for brain health. So, you know, this is how you can hack your food.
Which is also very important from a plant-based diet. You know, we get our omegas generally when we carnist and eat meat, we get it from fish, right? Salmon
Yes.
and those kinds of things. But in the plant-based eating world, you've got to look to the grains, flax or seeds, you know, like flaxseed. So yeah, very important for brain health. So
Definitely.
let's talk veggies here. We've
Yes.
got some baby corn that I've just cut down the center. We've got some mange toot or snap peas, they're also known as. We've got some seasonal peppers.
and can you use
julienne
any kind of peppers? I mean, I love red peppers
Yeah.
specifically.
You know,
but-
some people struggle with peppers,
Okay.
and it's a nightshade. So you like aubergines, also a nightshade. It's on the poisonous side for some people. So,
Okay.
you know, if you ever had that issue where you've eaten something like that and you had a stomach ache, maybe you need to just look into that a little bit further. Okay. We've got some red onions. From a pungency point of view, red onions are a little bit on the lower scale than the brown, okay? They're a little bit more flavorsome from my point of view. So yeah, and they just look great.
I love the
look great.
purple
I mean,
color. It's
And the
gorgeous.
flavonoids. So as a little
Flavonoids.
add in there, the game change of season, get the colorful veg. So obviously you're going to go with
Yes.
red, purple, you know.
I love how we're really eating the rainbow here today, everyone. It's looking so
Definitely.
beautiful, fantastic, all the
Definitely.
different nutrients.
Okay, so we're eating the rainbow. We've got those things. So Mishkah's just basically browning the tofu. We next up, so we had 1 kilogram of tofu here. This is going to feed a family.
Definitely.
And do it in 2 batches because you don't actually want to overcrowd your tofu. You want to get a nice even coating. Just going to grab a spatula for a moment.
All right, so while Mishkah's turning that, browning the tofu, I'm going to just start whipping up the sauce that we're going to add to this. Now, we're going to use one of Knorr's ready-to-go packet soups. It's the curry vegetable packet soup. So we've got that here. We're going to add, what have we got here? We've got soy sauce. We've got a half a cup of soy sauce, if I remember correctly. That's it.
So you can use a low sodium soy sauce or obviously tamari as well as another option.
Yeah, if you're
as
going
a-
the gluten-free
yes.
route, tamari's the way to go. Cool, so what we've got is a half a cup of our soy sauce, or
Yes.
tamari as we were mentioning.
So tamari's a great gluten-free option, right, Mishkah?
That
so if you're
is
following a
definitely
gluten-free diet.
Exactly.
And how are those beautiful pieces of tofu looking over there? Nice and golden?
You can see, you know, tofu is quite soft. It has this very interesting kind of pudding-like texture. And that's why we definitely want to get that nice, crunchy texture on the outside. You can see with this one. That is exactly the color you want.
So we used the herb one there. Also a little bit of a hack, what you can do is press your tofu between 2 books
Yes.
in some paper towel to get more of the water out.
Yeah, that's a great
And then
tip.
and do that for an hour or 2 before. a lot of the times in a plant-based diet, you've got to think ahead, right? It's not just like get home and throw something in the oven. So think ahead. But that's how food and cooking should be. Like you're making, when you make food, it should be done with love and passion. So thinking ahead is a good thing.
Definitely.
Also, then putting it in some corn flour will get it crispy.
Oh, right. That's a great tip.
So I've added in some agave syrup here. You can also use some maple syrup. Obviously, we want to avoid the honey again.
Yes.
And then we've got some ginger.
Lovely. Just a bit of freshly grated
garlic. This is
garlic,
garlic, grated and then pressed, minced basically.
Yes.
And then we've also got a bit of ginger. That's also been, we obviously cut off the skins and minced that.
So what I do with ginger is when I take the skins off, I actually save them to make a tea afterwards. And just let it soak in some
That's a
hot
great
water.
idea.
That is very clever. I love the no waste food.
And then the last element we're adding here, now this is totally up to you. Personally, I would probably avoid adding this much sugar, but it's going to help caramelize everything that we're about to add in here, so that's why they've added the sugar in this recipe. And Knorr's come up with a great recipe here that's easy to follow, and I'm sure it's going to be on the link here for people to follow along with. So I'm just adding the sugar. We're using brown sugar here, but you know, using coconut blossom, if you're on that health conscious
Such a good product.
trip, you know, make sure that you get some coconut sugar. It's a little bit more expensive, but low GI index, all of those good things. Okay, so that's our delicious sauce that's going to be added to these veggies in a little bit.
Lovely.
All right, so that's all
And that
mixed up.
tofu is looking incredible. The beautiful golden bits you can see on the squares.
So while Mishka's busy there, I'm just going to get another pan going where we're going to toast some sesame seeds and peanuts.
Food like this is very inclusive. So, you know, more people are like, it's always a bit hard to be the one person out and not being included in these beautiful meals with a family. So festive, this is a great recipe. Everyone can just
Very inclusive
dive
festive
in.
season recipe, absolutely.
Exactly.
And again, we've got such beautiful, colourful veggies over here. And
on the
we
left,
are, how are we doing over there?
over here I'm just toasting the sesame seeds and I'm toasting the peanuts. Now both of these are allergens. Okay, so from a plant-based diet, if you have an allergy to these things, perhaps you definitely want to avoid it. But just be aware that those are allergens, as too is soy. I think that is something we do need to mention. So,
yes, soy is often always mentioned on your products, just to be aware of. You can always read the packaging, just to make sure you know exactly what you are buying. And then once these are ready, we're going to just add the veggies, simple as that. And you keep the pan really hot. Is that important, that your wok is
wok is so important, and that's why your oil with wok is so important as well. You don't want to use an oil that's going to denature quickly, because then you actually add to the things that are against health benefits.
And your canola oil that you're using here, the smoking point's a little bit higher, right?
Yes.
So it's really good to use for those like beautiful dishes like your stir fries.
Definitely. You know, even the product like this, where it has a high oleic acid, which means higher smoking point. So I'd always go for an oil that has that high smoking point, and especially if you want that olive oil, then why not?
Bit of the extra flavor there. For
Exactly.
Sure.
right, Mish, are we ready?
These are definitely ready. I'm going to add this one, and then let's go.
And with stir frying, it's quite a quick process once you kind of get going. So you want all your veggies chopped before the time, ready to pop in the wok.
Now, we'll go with the onions first because they cook a little bit longer.
So what I do is I also like to make a little bit of a wall so that, you know, you get everyone a fair treatment.
I love that. Everyone gets their time in the center of the pan.
Exactly. Everyone gets their time.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Look
Coming
at that.
together with all the beautiful colors.
Delicious.
The smells are insane right now.
So how long would you typically cook this before adding your mange tout, your baby corn, your carrots? Because carrots also take a little bit longer, but they're quite thin. The carrots are very
These are quite thin, and you know what, for your veg, you actually don't want to overcook if you want a healthy pot of food. And that's the awesome thing about wokking your food, because it means that the prep, I mean, you know, you could find this in your fridge that you've done on a Sunday when you do have an hour to prep everything. And then when you're coming home from work, it's just
quickly put it together.
put it together. This can go into a wrap even.
Absolutely.
You know, this can go in a wrap. This could go in a poke bowl.
And you're chopping up some coriander.
Coriander.
Now.
Okay, so let me just
the
give
fresh
this.
herbs divine.
Can I add these?
Go for it. All
You're
right.
going to add the beautiful sauce.
I'm going to add the sauce to this.
Woo, look at that.
And listen to it start to sizzle
Yeah,
down.
sizzle.
I love co-creation, so
smells
I
are
will pass
wonderful.
this to you. You get your essence in that as well.
I'll go for those two wooden
Oh, you're going
spoons
to
if
go
you
for the
don't
two
mind.
wooden spoons? I'm happy with that.
Okay. Oh, man. Okay, cool. So we've had these baking at 220 for 35 minutes basically. So what I would suggest at this point, we're going to add some of the hot sauce to it, and then we'll put it back in the oven, let it go a little bit longer. So we're going to keep it
Guilty
quite
pleasure.
healthy here because we have done a lot of frying there.
Yes.
So I'm just going to add some of the hot sauce over this, just to add some color.
It does look beautiful, that hot sauce. And we use the mild, so it's
Yeah.
not too hot.
And also the garlicky, you know, the
We love
fresh
the garlic,
garlic.
yes.
That's also going to just cook. And that's going to basically caramelize on top here when we put this back into the oven.
And the stir fry seems to be completely done. I'm definitely going to be serving this up.
Okay, so just a little note on the buffalo Brussels sprouts. We've put them back in the oven for about 5 minutes grill. That's going to char grill it a little bit and going to bring a bit of color and texture to it, the char grilledness. But just watch the oven at this point. You don't want to overcook it and burn it.
Totally.
So next up, while Mishka's finishing that, she's doing a great plating job. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, that's going to feed at least a family of 6. And then we'll just top it off with our peanuts, toasted peanuts and our toasted sesames. And then we'll also finish it off with some coriander. There we
Last
go.
is the
Coriander.
Coriander.
coriander. I will salt bay it. I'm going to herb that, babes.
All right, so
Ooh, yes.
that's gone for
Those
about
look
5
amazing.
minutes. Char grilled that. And the smells, obviously we can smell that garlic,
beautiful.
the hot sauce. So
Very
let's plate that
crispy.
up. We could add a ranch dressing to this just to cut down the heat factor.
Yeah.
So neutralize that. So we could use a Be Well mayonnaise. Which one would you suggest?
Definitely the gourmet, my vibe. It's
Adding some lemon juice
Nice
to
and
that.
creamy.
Adding some barbecue sauce, some mustard, make a ranch style dressing.
Oh, that's lovely. Just a bit of that on top, just a few tablespoons.
extra spicy pizzazz. And Jay, you
Bit of
can,
fresh
you
coriander?
can get some herbs.
Could you even do something like little spring onions on top of this?
Yeah,
or
absolutely. And
Chives.
you know, if you really want to go
chives.
fancy, you can add some edible flowers.
Very beautiful.
If you
Even a
just wanna-
sesame sprinkle. I think a black and white sesame sprinkle will look amazing.
So lots of options of how to plate up these beautiful Brussels sprouts.
So I think, Mishka, are you going to try this with me?
I am the
Amy's
wimp.
going to
So
abstain.
I got the little mixy one.
My
here.
mouth is still burning from that hot sauce. I don't know.
Let's get a small dude. Ooh, I like that it's got a crunchy texture and a mushy kind of
Yeah.
soft texture. Eh?
And you know, it's got layers as well. So it's kind of like skin, like chicken, you know, it's got those layers too. Yeah, we can talk a lot of junk about that, but I'm going to...
Go straight for
man,
that.
I'm sorry, that was just not cool, you know. I just put my whole hand in there.
That one's not for sharing. Nice and crunchy. I can hear the crunching. Delicious. Yes.
Wow.
With a bit of the mayo as well. Beautiful.
Wow.
No,
Texturally, a pleasurable experience.
Oh, divine.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get all the saliva.
It's all the salivating happening. But thank you so
got a great
much.
flavor. You are so welcome.
Mishka and Jay, amazing. Yogi's in the kitchen, foodies in the kitchen.
Yogis, foodies, health food, vegan food.
Thank you.
Oh, the hero awakes. Good for you, Simon. Oh, adding some plant-based Alpro to your post-jog smoothie. Good for you. Whoa, box fresh. This is getting serious. Oh, doing your walkie, runny thing, whatever it is. Oh, don't worry about her. Come on, Simon. Oh, good for you. That's a plant-based victory right there. Nice. Alpro, good for you.
So we got literally 10 minutes to wax something together. Okay, so now you go and you take one of each and bring me that whole lettuce. Yeah. Oh, no. Bring the fresh stuff, the soft stuff. This is good. There we go, 10 minutes,
wash
people.
this.
We've got 10 minutes.
Thanks a lot.
So I want you to... Oh God, I thought you told me to go home.
Jenny and Jay. Team Jenny, Team Jay.
Woo! Once we've touched it, you don't get it. We don't share.
Where did you go?
We don't share.
Looking great. And then there's some bowls behind that guy there. Have we started?
We've started.
Oh my
You've been
goodness.
some work already. Let's get going. Let's do this. Woo! Oh, it's getting hot in this kitchen. The competition is heating up. That is some vigorous grating, my friend.
Do what you have to, right?
Dion, you're going to make a salsa for me, like a Mexican-inspired salsa.
Grading as the chef's instructions. I learned from Gordon Ramsay. Yes, chef, absolutely.
Yes.
I hope that's all you've learned from him.
Yes, ma'am.
None of the F word.
Food, I learned about food.
Fanciful food.
So what are we making here, Team J?
So we are going to make Mexican-inspired raw-ish tacos.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, those mushrooms are great. I love what you've done with them.
So we're going to pull the mushrooms into chicken-style
Fillet?
strips.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, please. And we're going to add this
Yes.
to. We're going to tempt lettuce, but I think we'll also go with some of this beautiful spinach we've got back here.
Okay.
So we'll do some raw spinach tacos.
Oh, wow. Lovely. Go see what's happening on Team Jenny's side. What is happening over here? What are you doing?
Vietnamese wraps.
Ooh, divine. So are you using the lettuce as the wrap? Okay. Very nice.
Yeah.
And the mushrooms?
How much of this
Looking
is
good. A bit of a low heat.
One on the lettuce.
That's fine.
And one on spinach. Okay, so you need to cut that, dice that for me. Ooh-wee.
Cut it into slices, what do you want?
Dice it, little cubes for me.
Okay.
All the goodness is beneath the skin. Can I have some of my pasta salad off the table?
That sounds like cheating, I don't know.
I just take instructions.
Is there salt and pepper here?
Some salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper?
Okay, let's
Jenny.
That sharing is caring, right?
Yes.
Jenny's moving food
Rinse
around.
this. I'm just rinsing the COVID off this coriander.
I wish I actually had cabbage.
So I just need you to chop.
No, I can't because I need cabbage. I can wilt it.
Yeah, smaller if you can. Dice it as thin as you can and put it into that bowl.
That far.
There's a flame.
There's a tiny flame.
There's a tiny
Oh,
flame.
and that's all you need just to burn.
Okay.
We can keep going. Yes. So working hard here on the mushrooms.
Like hardcore utensils.
Yeah.
We're doing well here.
And Jenny's using some of her pasta salad from earlier. I don't know if that's cheating, Jenny. I don't know. That sounds like cheating. I don't know.
I brought it for all of us.
Thank you, Jenny.
Now can we have a plate?
These look
We
amazing.
need a plate.
Beautiful.
These mushrooms are not.
You are chopping like a professional, my friend. What is happening here?
Do what I can. Just to own a bistro, cage, you come in a restaurant. What else, right? What else do you need, Chef?
All right, so I need you to squeeze that lime in there for me.
Working
All
like a
right,
dream
let's
team.
just track down some salt and pepper if you can.
Salt and pepper?
All right, guys, you've got less than 6 minutes. Let's get
Whoa.
going. Yes.
I love you more.
I need, sorry,
Bye guys.
salt and pepper. I need salt and pepper. Is there salt and pepper on the tables?
And was that half the lime?
Yeah. Okay, what else you need, Chef?
All right. Just you can wash this one for me.
We are making it up as we go along. Take it out.
It needs a lot more love.
It needs salt, it needs pepper. Look what he's done to the mushroom.
He's been using that utensil you gave him, Jenny, that spoon.
Loads of salt.
Oh, that's looking
you
good.
gonna use the
Oh, look
rice?
at that spinach, Team
That's
J.
what I need.
Wow,
Oh, my
look
God.
at that.
So we want to make the taco.
Right. Oh, got it.
So
I didn't
try
see
get a
that
taco
spinach.
out of that, and then we'll use this as well. Try get 3, So we'll put this in the middle, and then we're going to plate it on something like that.
To do miracles.
Oh, that's very beautiful.
All right.
Things are smelling good in the kitchen. Woo, look at those flames. Team J, yes. Yes.
He's starting it. Just move this, move this.
I'll get the plate.
I think we're just going to have a lovely little risotto.
So now you can start. You can put a little bit of this, a little bit of this.
On here?
Yeah. And let's try get them.
What do you want me to do? Is that the
This?
centerpiece?
Yeah. Something like that, so that it uses that to prop itself up. Something to that
We're having
effect.
a risotto.
Yeah, that's or two's good. One of
How we
each.
changed it so overlap.
Sorry, that was bad.
A mushroom, a mushroom.
Sorry, bro. Sorry, man.
I doubt it.
Okay, cool. So that's it. Now you're gonna a little bit here, a little bit, a little bit. Just play. Yeah, play with the colors. So beyond beetroot here, carrot here, beetroot, carrot.
All right, this is looking beautiful. Look at the plating technique. Beautiful work, everybody. Wow, guys, we've got some beautiful dishes coming up here. I don't know what this is, but that's looking great.
Time check.
Time check, 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Less than 3. How are we
All right.
doing? Woo! The crunch is coming now.
All right.
3
We're
minutes,
plating.
yeah,
We're
3
plating.
minutes.
Need a cloth
Okay.
or something to wipe the plate.
There,
All right.
a cloth. Anybody? Lappy,
Yes.
lappies,
Lappy here.
lappies.
When I'm not helping,
Okay.
I'm neutral.
Next, beyond next up, you can just get some of this parsley. We're going to put it on the top.
Yeah. Good work. Those mushrooms are looking great, Jay. Jenny,
right.
what's happening
That
here?
looks magnificent, I have to say.
Thank you.
I mean, we're neutral here, everybody. Who do you think's looking better, Team Jay or Team Jenny?
Depends on how much food you want.
Liar.
It wasn't a trick question. It was-
This, in this 18 or 17 years I did Good Food and Wine show, I've never lost. A ready, steady cook. This will be the first time. Sorry to do
I'm
this.
sorry.
Now, those are looking beautiful, beautiful.
Where are our
You guys are a hot team here, Team J. Sorry, moving around. Wow, careful your fingers. Woo!
put
That is some ferocious chopping.
and
2 minutes, 2 minutes. Let's do this, team.
Okay, you can sprinkle that as our final garnish.
can we have some of your salsa, please?
Sharing is caring, Jay. Sharing is
Yeah.
caring.
Yes.
Probably needs a little bit of sweetness, but I'm sure it will be fine.
So last final 90 seconds, everybody. How are we doing with our plating, garnishing,
We finished.
ready to serve?
We're done.
Do we even need the rest of the seconds? Should we call it? Are we finished? Yes. Well done, team. Everybody round of applause.
We tried.
Thank you, guys. That was lots of fun.
This is called Venus in her clamshell. She's still evolving.
Thank you, Jenny.
Well done.
Fantastic.
Beautiful work,
Now we
team.
need somebody. We need a winner. Not here because we know who the winner is, but we need a winner here. We're going to choose 3 people because there's so many people here. Just give 3 people the opportunity to name this beautiful dish. Okay, so Lisa, I would like you to be one of them. My little gypsy queen, come to mama. Yes.
Mishkah.
Yes. Lisa. And then if you give me your jacket, then you can also enter. Yes, come. So I want you to name this beautiful dish. I love the way that you pulled the mushrooms. I really, really do. It was very creative. Now I'm judging you.
Thank you, Jenny.
Very, very creative. And it's lovely. It's like this combination of raw and cooked and beautiful acidity from the tomatoes and the earthy umami from the mushrooms. So that is a dish I would choose to eat. So we got 1 minute. So this beautiful dish needs a name.
So do we take the spoon and just...
You just greedy.
You can take the whole.
No, you must just give it a name.
What's in it?
So we got raw beetroots, raw carrots, and then we've pulled the mushrooms with vegan
peppers.
Mishkah, seared that, and then
darling.
we made a salsa, a Mexican style salsa with green peppers, tomato, lime, and coriander.
Not this dish. That dish. Hide this. Hide it, darling. Hide
It's
it.
not so bad. I'm proud of our little.
It's our little Venus in her clamshell. This is mine. I must go back to my kitchen. This container
Your stuff. I
is
can
mine.
taste your
This
flavor.
knife is mine. Right, you've got 30 seconds. Not even.
I think it's called mashurai.
Mashurai.
Mashurai. Mushrooms with a bit of Japanese flavoring.
Oh, mashurai.
Mashurai.
Whoa.
Right.
Okay.
That's a good start, everybody.
Kind of
I'm going to say crunchy earth cup. I don't know.
Nice,
I like
nice,
that.
nice.
Going with a cup. I was going to call it like a paradise cup. You know, they have all the
Wow. Paradise cup.
colors. Not much room for more.
It's very difficult. But if I go with this, mind everybody, move. It's you. I like a little bit of Japanese. So you, my darling, get to taste that beautiful dessert, and you get to take that jacket home. I hope you don't have double D cup chicken breast. It might not fit.
I need a photo for this. Come here.
But no, all of us, come.
Please come and take a photo. Anyone?
Everyone, come on, what's wrong with you? Take a photo.
Here we go. Oh, and the winning
No, I
dish,
don't have to
please.
clean up this
Mashurai.
Come here.
Thank you.
Smile.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Well